Hey everybody, welcome. This is Coach MJ here, coming to you live Sunday night, 7 p.m. like I do every week to give you some little tip, motivation, trick, something to help you make a better athlete. If you don't know who I am, my name is Coach MJ Gasik. I am a professional triathlon coach. I've been coaching full-time. It's my full-time job since 2008, and I coach everybody from beginners to age group qualifiers to elites, and I just want to come on each week to help you guys be better. So hey Wes, when are we getting together for swim, man? Hey Lisa, hey Jim, thanks for hopping in, guys. Tonight's topic is how to select the proper running shoe, and many of you guys have probably been running for a while, but for those guys that are new, I made some really big mistakes when I first started running, and I want to make sure that you guys don't make those same mistakes. Hey Michelle, hey Darlene, welcome. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was talk about the winner of our last week's prize, which was this book on getting things done. I know that's backwards, but it was, you know, last week's topic was why athletes are more productive. So I wanted to give away a book on how to be more productive. This week's winner is Todd Wilson. So Todd, PM me your address. I'll get this out to you, and you can become even more productive than we know you already are. Hey Jennifer, long time no see, right? Hey, how's your manicure? Hey Alyssa, hi Lilia, welcome guys. All right. So I just wanted to go over really quickly. I gotta admit, today's been like a really busy, crazy day for me. I almost didn't make this live video on time. I wish I was a little bit more prepared, but I promised you guys I'd be here, so I'm here, but I'm really not exactly 100% prepared. So my apologies. Hey Sandy, hey Susan, hey Candace, welcome guys. Thanks so much for hopping in. Now, next week, this is for next week's giveaway. Right? Next week's giveaway. Next week, you get to win a clip light, okay? Because next week, our topic is how to build your run base. And especially for us here in the Midwest, it's dark majority of the time right now. So this is a little light that goes onto your hat. You can go do your runs outside with this little light. So this is the giveaway. How do you enter the raffle for this giveaway? All you have to do is share this video. Share the video, you'll be entered in the raffle. Even if you're catching this on the replay, I'll still enter you. I don't pick the winner until about 5 p.m. next Sunday. All right, so let's just start with the topic, which is how to pick the right running shoe. First thing, I'll tell you, go to your local running store. Ta-da! I know people are like, oh, but MJ this, MJ that. Trust me, the very first pair of running shoes I got were picked out of a Sport Mart. There are no Sport Marts anymore. That tells you how long ago it was. It was picked out of a Sport Mart because they were cute. They were a cool color. I won't say the brand because I don't want to trash any brands, but they were really cute. They were terrible. They were terrible for me. Hey, Candace. Hey, Mary. Running for Kicks. Yes, Alyssa. Well, that's a great one, but like everybody on here is not from Chicago or at least the south suburbs, so it doesn't have to be Running for Kicks. I would love you to come there and see us. I don't get any money for this. Hi, Mel. I don't get any money for this. I'm just saying that the people at Running for Kicks really know what they're doing. Hey, Donna. Hey, Dave. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Nicole. Thanks for hopping in. So the first thing you want to do is go to a local running store. What is that running store going to do for you? The first thing they're going to do is to look at your arches, okay? Look at your arches. And if you want to do this test at home, this was something that I did when I first started too. Probably not now because it's wintertime, but when it's nice out, you go outside like to a nice concrete pavement, step in some water and step out like, just, you know, something that's like ankle deep or whatever, and get out and take like 5 or 6 steps, and you'll be able to take a look at your arches. There are 3 types of arches: low, like flat feet, neutral arch, or a high arch. Everybody has one. You got to figure out first what arch you have. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Janine. Welcome. Janine, girl, rocking the purple. Rocking the purple. Where's Aaron? He always wants to see the nails. I'll show him later. But yeah, purple. Although I did mess this one up because I had to put lane lines in all by myself last week. Anyway, So what you want to do is go to the local running store, and they're going to do a couple of things for you. The first thing they're going to do is look at your arches. You can do this at home. You can do that yourself. It's really kind of fun. I found it fun. And then you're always kind of not sure because you can look online. You can do everything online. Google it, right? You can look and say, not really sure what they are. But your people at the local running store, they do this for a living. You're not going to find this at Dick's Sporting Goods. Sorry, Dick's. You're not. Those guys aren't qualified. They're not qualified to sell shoes. Well, I shouldn't say that. You might get lucky and you might find someone that knows a little thing or two about shoes. But for the most part, that's not what they do. It's only a little part of what they do. You go to a local running store. That's all that they do. And all they do all day long is look at people's shoes, look at them walk, look at their arches, and help them find the right kind of shoe. Purple. Hey, Debbie. Hey, nice shade of purple, right? Isn't that nice? Okay. So they're going to look at your arches. You can look at them too. Like I said, step in some water, take a few steps. You'll figure out what they are. This is also very important. And sorry, this light is right there. I can't figure out. Again, that's why I'm on time, because I couldn't figure out how to get rid of this. The gait analysis. Hugely important. A lot of you guys know you could be a pronator. You could be neutral. You could be a supinator. Okay. A lot of things you guys can't tell that on your own for the most part. I mean, I guess if you like walk towards a mirror, you maybe could, but let someone who is used to looking at people all day long. What we're looking at is the ankles. Do they turn in? Do they turn out? Or are you neutral? So that's kind of what they're looking at. The most important thing is that you get the right kind of shoe. And if you don't, you will get an injury. I will tell you this really quick. So like I said, I had this pair of running shoes that I got from Sport Mart, and I ran in them. I started running. It was a long time ago. I started running, and I ran. And then I went after a 5K. I did a 5K one day, and I'm like, I think I kind of need some new running shoes. And I went to this local running store, and I was wearing the shoes because I just got done with a 5K. I took them off, and I showed him, and the guy goes, "You're not running in these, are you?" I said, "I just did a 5K this morning." He goes, "You are going to get hurt." I'm like, okay. Sold me a pair of shoes. Again, won't tell you the brand. Put me in a pair of shoes. I went out within 2 weeks. I was injured. Wrong pair of shoes for me. Okay, so you got to go to a reputable running store. I didn't know any better. But as soon as I went, I had to go to a doctor. I couldn't run anymore, and I was so upset. I switched shoes. I went to Running for Kicks at that point, got a pair of shoes that actually were the right kind for me, and within a couple weeks my injury was gone. And I don't even know what I did with that pair of shoes. I didn't even wear them that long. But you guys, a lot of us working out and being active, that's our livelihood. And when you can't do it, we get really upset, we get crabby. So you want to make sure that you protect yourself. You want to make sure you get the right pair of shoes for you. And running out of most sports it's the hardest impact on your body. So you really have to make sure that you get the right kind for you. Hey, Mike. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Christy. Hey, Julie. Welcome. Before I go on any further, next week I'm giving away, next week's topic is how to build your run base, right? We're still building run base. We're not in race phase yet. Still run base. You're going to win a light that clips onto your hat, right? So that you can, I think it works like that. I can turn it on. Ooh, see? All right. It clips onto your hat so that when you're running, you can actually see, and cars can see you. That's even more important. So we're muted. Muted? Did I mute you? What? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know you can hear me. Hi, Shar. Can you? Well, I don't know sign language. Can you hear me? Who's muted? Nicole? Who's muted? Me? I don't know what happened. I can hear you. Okay. Thanks, Lisa. Okay. So the gait analysis. Now, when you go to a store, what they should do, or what you should do, you want to try on 3 pairs of shoes, minimum. Don't just put on the first pair you try and be like, oh yeah, this is them, I'm good to go. Or be like, yeah, they feel okay. If those shoes don't feel awesome, not the right shoe for you. Keep trying. Now, I would try shoes, different, same category, different brand. So for example, if you're a you need a stability shoe. Maybe you have low arches. Maybe your ankle turns in, whatever. Let's say you need a stability shoe. What you want to do is try 3 different stability shoes and from 3 different manufacturers, because they all make them just a little bit differently. They use a little bit different product. Their cushioning system's a little bit different, and their toe boxes are different sizes. The lengths are different sizes. So you really want to make sure that you try at least 3. You could try more. You could try at least 3. So once you try them all on, the ones that are going to be the best for you, they're going to fit awesome. They're going to feel awesome. They're going to feel like a slipper. You're going to be like, oh yeah, this is the shoe. Don't walk out of that store going, yeah, they kind of feel okay. They kind of don't, and maybe they'll break in. Error, big error, shoes don't break in. The way they feel in the store is how they should feel when you start to run in them, okay? So you want to make sure that they feel great in the store. The other thing is, and I didn't write this down, but when you go to the running store, bring a pair of socks with you, a pair of socks that you run in. So many times people come in without any socks on, especially like in the summer, not now, but in the summer they come on with like sandals. Well, you don't use your running shoes and with no socks for the most part. Some people do. And then the other thing is they'll come in with like nice dress shoes on, so they have dress socks on, but that's not the same kind of socks that they use when they run. So the sock might be thinner. Sock might be a different material. It doesn't feel the same when you're in your running shoe. Yeah, I know, you guys. All these things are very particular, but they're also very important. Hey, Maricela, we have to talk, girl. Text me. We'll set something up. Is it possible that your running gait changes after a while? Yes, Lilia, we could talk about that. If you already covered, how often should someone have a gait analysis? Oh, great. You guys are kind of on the same page there. You know what? Definitely after any injury. If you have any kind of injury, but I would also say it depends on what level of runner you are. The newer you are, the more often you need the gait analysis. You've been running for many, many years. It's probably not going to change again unless you have an injury. But as we do get older, things change, things settle. So you may want to have another gait analysis. I would say a minimum of a year, probably, as a general rule of thumb. Again, if you're younger, but you were running for years, you probably could go a little longer. But if you're newer, you may want to do it a little more often. It also depends on how often you're running. Like if you don't run that much, it's probably not going to change much. But if you're running a lot, you're doing a lot of miles, you're doing some marathons, you're doing some ultras, things could change. Things could change. Gait. Yeah, I know you. I know what you meant, girl. I know what you meant. Sometimes the shoe feels good in the store, then I run and the shoe is not right. Make sure the store lets you return them. Yes, Darlene, any good running store is going to let you return them. If they don't shop there. Don't shop there. Yeah. So I wanted to announce last week's winner. Oh, I did already. Todd from last week. This week, whoever shares this week. Oh, I was showing you what to give this. Okay, you're not going to win this next week. I'm so confused. What you're winning this week is the Yanks, right? Okay, and this was a different color because I told you they're not all hot pink. I have all kinds of colors. But for this week, if you share this video, this is what you win. Next week is the running lamp. Anyway, yeah, I'm very unprepared today, guys. Sorry. Hey, Dawn. Welcome. Okay, so you want to try at least 3 pairs of shoes. Oh, here's another thing, guys. When I ask people, they talk to me and they tell me that they're running in shoes and blah, blah, blah. I say, what kind of shoes are you running in? And they'll say, Brooks. Okay, Brooks what? Because that doesn't really tell me anything. Brooks is only a brand. It's just like saying, hey, what kind of car do you drive? I drive a Chevy. Well, there's lots of Chevys, just like there's lots of Brooks. So know the model that know the brand, know the model. Oh, one more thing. Hey, Christy, what was the name of the book from last week? Getting Things Done, Christy. Getting Things Done. It's going to Todd Wilson. Hit me up. Send you this. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Sizes. For a running shoe, guys, you want to go at least about a half a size higher, more than your dress shoe. And there's a couple reasons for that. You want to make sure that you have a thumb's width up at the toe, right? A thumb's width, because when your feet you're going to run, right? You run a lot. Your feet are going to swell. They're going to get bigger. They're going to grow longer. The toe is going to start hitting the top of that shoe if you run in your own size and your dress shoe size. So, for example, I have big feet, okay? I wear either a 9.5 or a 10 in a dress shoe, but I'm a 10.5 in a running shoe. And I've tried 10s and I've tried 11s. It's a 10.5, hands down. That's the only one that feels comfortable for me. So you want to make sure you give yourself a little bit of extra room. Those people that lose toenails after their marathons, first thing I would say is try a half size bigger running shoe, and that should help. The other thing is people sometimes grip when they on their gait, they grip with their toes, and that sometimes gives you black toenails and has them fall off. Ew. Buffering, no! Okay, so you want to try 3 pair. And the last thing, running shoes are good for about 300 to 500 miles per pair. It depends on you. It depends on the surface that you're running on. It depends on how much you weigh, how rough you are on your shoes. But so, think about this. Like a treadmill isn't going to cause as much wear on a shoe as, say, running on asphalt or concrete. Those are harder surfaces. But anywhere between the 300 to 500. So when you hit like that 300 mark or 350 mark, your shoes are starting to break down a little bit, I would go get another pair. You don't have to throw out that first pair, but rotate the new pair in and keep going until that other shoe is worn out. I mean, obviously we want to get the most as we can out of our shoes, but if you get injured and you can't run, or you hurt yourself and then you have to go to PT, that's a lot more expensive than just going to buy a new pair of running shoes. So the first thing I think about when people start talking about, oh, my knee hurts, this hurts, that hurts, how old are your shoes? First question. Oh, the other thing, when you go to the store, take your old pair of shoes in with you. There's a lot of things that the professionals there can talk to you about or look at or notice by the wear pattern of your shoe. I mean, we can tell a lot from where you've worn your shoe out. Hey, Kevin, do you know why the shoe tongue moves? Is the shoe tied too loosely? Probably, Darlene. Probably. You'd have to talk to me a little bit more. Does it move down? Does it move to the side? What does it do? Hey, Carlo. Hey, Danny, right? Me neither. Whoop, whoop. 27 marathons. I've never lost a toenail. Okay, I better knock on some wood because that's probably now going to happen. So, all right. You're sharing this video, you're entered in for the Yanks. Okay? Last week's video, winner is the book, Getting Things Done. That goes to Todd Wilson. Next week, my topic is going to be how to build a strong run base. Now is the time to build it, guys. Now is the time to build it. Base. I didn't say super hard, long training. I said how to build your run base. That's what you're building now. So next week I will raffle off this. So how do you get it? How do you enter the raffle? Go back to the beginning of this video. If you're watching this replay, if you hopped in late, go back to the beginning. I tell you how to do it. Hey, Todd. Todd, what's up, dude? Haven't talked to you in a long time. Hey, Sandy. Any issues with tying too tight? Sandy, oh my God, good point. Absolutely. Let me tell you a story. I did it myself. So I like to use these laces because I do triathlons and I don't have time to tie my shoes. And so I really want to practice running in my shoes that I'm going to race in. So I put the Yanks in. I start practicing in my shoes, right? So I'll tell you, this was left, I don't know, many years back. I put in a pair of Yanks. I thought they felt great and all that. I ran twice and I was like, oh man, the top of my arches hurt so bad. Both of them. I don't know what I did. I'm like, I'm gonna have to take a break from running. I ran in a different pair of shoes. I was okay. I put the shoes that I had the new laces in. Oh man, my arches, oh, that hurt so bad. I had them too tight. I didn't know because when I put them on and I just walked around and I tested them out, they felt great. But once my feet started to swell a little bit, once I put some miles on it, I don't remember how many miles it was, maybe 6, maybe 10, whatever it was. But my feet were no longer comfortable. So the only way that I recognized that was by switching shoes. And really pay attention to that. If you journal that kind of stuff and you pay attention to what you're wearing, what the temperature of your workout is, if you start to pay attention to those things, and then something you feel, I call it tweaky, when you feel something that's just not quite right, you think you're maybe not injured, but something just doesn't feel right, change it up, change something. If it goes away, go back to what you did, go back to what you wore, and look at it and say, oh, well, okay, yeah, my arches started to hurt right after I put those new shoes on with the new laces. And then, but yes, you can tie them too tight. Hi, Ivy. Ivy, how come you didn't do Swim-A-Palooza today, girl? You should have. We would have loved you. Tim, blisters, occasional blisters. Yes, Tim, number one, how old are your socks? Number one thing for blisters, well, there's two things for blisters. Number one, I would suggest taking a look at your socks. If you have lost the elasticity and they're loose, that's one. Number two, are they moisture wicking socks? Because when cotton socks get wet, they're going to slide some more. That's another cause of blisters. And number three would be the shoes. Are they a little too big? I mean, you get blisters because they're sliding, right? They're sliding around. Where do you get the blisters? Is if it's in your heel, maybe the shoe's not tied tight enough, or maybe it's a little too big. Or in gingy, well, it depends on where you get the blisters, right, Jim? Or there's okay, hold on. I'm going to take off my shoe and show you. There's a trick. I could do hours on this stuff, but there's a trick. If your shoe slides in the heel, every single manufacturer has this extra eyelet up there. Okay, this is how the shoe is tied normally, but there's this extra eyelet up there. So if your shoe is sliding in the heel, there's a special way to tie it, and this will help secure the shoe onto the heel. And it's not just a normal tie. Maybe I'll try and do a video on that, but you tie it, you go left to left, right to right, loop them through. It's a long thing. Hi, Ivy. I doubt that. I don't think I believe you. In gingy socks, yeah. In gingy socks are the ones, if you blister at your toes, they're the ones that, like, they're 5-finger socks. Like five finger was a shoe. Wait, they have like 5 little slots for your little toes to go in each one. I don't find that comfortable. Sorry, Jim. I don't like them. I don't like them. But Tim, right? Tim, check your socks. Check your socks. All right. What else, guys? Before I hop off, this was a quick one. Sorry. Like I said, I was a little unprepared. I got this little glare going in here. But I would recommend going to a local running store. Yes, you're going to pay maybe a little bit more. You're not going to get like the special warehouse clearance deal or whatever. But if you're in the wrong shoe, it really doesn't matter anyway. That's Hoka. Sorry. You know what? Okay, so the Hoka people are going to not like me. I don't like them. I don't like them. Okay, so these shoes, guys, these are my indoor shoes, because a long time ago, long story short, but a long time ago, I had plantar fasciitis really bad in both feet. And I went and got custom orthotics, like, you know, $350, $400 a piece for each set. And the doctor told me don't ever walk around barefoot. So, you know, even in your house, like, you always got to have supportive shoes on. So I have my orthotics in here. I don't have plantar fasciitis anymore, but I still have my custom orthotics. Yep, they're old. But this is my indoor shoe. I tried these out before I wanted to try and run in them, and I don't know. They're okay. They're okay. Your favorite socks? Oh, really, Julie? Yeah, I don't know. But yep, my indoor shoe. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much for hopping on. I'm going to let y'all go. Remember, to get tonight's giveaway, the Yanks, you got to share this video. Oops, I just said that, so you're supposed to go back to the beginning. Next week, I'm giving away this light that clips on your hat visor so that you can run while it's dark, and you can let cars see that where you're coming, because next week's topic is how to build your run base. We are definitely in base phase training for pretty much about all of us. If you have a race coming up pretty quick, maybe you're not in base phase right now, but how to build it, how to start. Hey, Morgan. Bolegas. Oh, Morgan, love Bolegas. Yep. Hey, Dawn. I always wear shoes in the house. Yeah, you know what? Especially like, think summer when you're on like, so I have a pool, so the pool deck, and I'm walking around barefoot. Wasn't good for me. Needed the support. Belega. I like Belega a lot. I like features also too. I like features. I love Smart Wool in the winter. I like there's a lot of great socks, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep the comments coming. If you're watching me on the replay, I do go back and I'll read every single one of your comments. I will respond to you. If you have a topic that you would like to hear about, please hit me up. You can message me. You can post it here. Nothing's going to go missed. If I don't respond to you within like 24 hours, post again. I'm not trying to UFOs. Mary, that is a great question. Wait, Morgan, I got Belegas. Yeah. Oh, 100 pairs? 100 pairs. Girl, what size feet are you? Send me some. You're not going to go through 100 pairs. UFOs. Mary, I haven't tried them, but I have to tell you, working at Running for Kicks, we sell a ton of those and people love them. I'm personally not a fan of, okay, I shouldn't really tell you guys all my quirks, but I'm not a fan of the little thing that goes in between my big toe and the rest of my toes. I don't like that. And that's how UFOs really are. Most of them are. Most of them. There's a couple pairs. So I do not have them. So I can't speak from personal experience, but I can tell you that they are a very hot seller in the store and runners love them. Like, so you do your race, whatever, switch out of your shoes and put those on and people love them. Great arch support. Fantastic. Medium. Send me some, Morgan. I'll send you my address. They have clogs. What? They do? I had no idea. All right, cool. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. I really appreciate your time. Please go ahead and share this video if you want to enter the Yanks, or if you know someone that needs to know this stuff. Don't let hey, friends, don't let friends get injured. So share the video. I'll see you right here again next week, next Sunday, 7 p.m. All right? Have a great week, guys. See you soon.